So what's up, people? It's D&D podcast. It's your host Drew, and
Dev, come on now.
we back. Well, we were never here, but
yeah, yeah.
we here.
Bad
You
day,
don't
bad
gotta
day.
you don't gotta run that back, but yeah, but we here. We here for the first time. Where we not back, but we here
You know what it is.
live in the flesh. You already know.
Yeah, we back for the first time.
Y'all seen us somewhere. Some of y'all,
Yeah.
y'all probably know us. You know what I mean. But if you don't know us, you gonna know us one day. No cap.
Yeah.
Word, word to my dress. Word to my blue eyes, my blonde hair.
Yeah, you already know.
You
Word to my
feel me?
flowing dreads, my
No
dead
cap,
dreads.
no cap. But yeah,
R.I.P. Deadhead dread.
hey, nobody. We don't know about that one. We're not back. We're just here. We don't know about Dread Death.
Oh yeah.
But but so how you been, Devin? How you been?
Man, chilling, man. You know, just getting money in this pandemic, upping my value as a man. How you been?
Where yeah, I've been black, blessed, and highly flavored. Whoa, favored. You know what I
Highly
mean?
flavored.
Pause. I've been out here in these streets, grinding, been doing my stuff, wearing my wife beaters, you feel me? Got my dog on my side, you know what I mean? Been doing my hair. Y'all see the twist with this Android camera quality. You feel me? We going crazy on here.
Webcams coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how soon, but yeah. So, but you feel me? What else I was gonna say? This man just casually takes a sip of water, just casually. But
Gotta
yeah,
stay
but
hydrated.
if you're watching on YouTube, you feel me, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Make sure y'all comment your favorite part. We finna be posting clips. We finna be doing this weekly. You're gonna see videos every day though, of
Be
clips on the
grinding.
podcast. No cap. No cap. We're gonna be grinding like it's 1999. Like we baby boomers. We going crazy, pause. But no cap. We finna be putting out these videos. We might be like 5 subscribers right now, but like, and 5 of them gonna be me. Well, 3 of them gonna be me. One of them gonna be my auntie from West Virginia. The other one gonna be my grandma.
Hey, I need
So
support, man.
no
We need
cap.
that support.
But yeah, subscribe, hit that bell, know the gang. You know me. All right, so let's get right into this. You want to start?
So, bro, what you been thinking about OnlyFans? Trying to say that they was gonna take all that the P word off their sites, and then they're gonna take it back, man.
Uh, I mean, I think when I initially heard it, I thought it was like stupid because when you're a business and you already build your niche, and then like say I'm a football player, I'm not about to play golf, like what? I'm not about to swim. Like I'm gonna be bad compared to Michael Phelps, whereas I could be LeBron James in basketball. So, I feel like it would have been stupid, because OnlyFans, like they are that's like modern age. You know what I mean? Like you can make a quick bend off of that. And I know OnlyFans, they're not hurting, their pockets is not hurting. I know that they're doing blessed right now. They got a bunch of people on their website paying to see all these people, be provocative, show certain things. And honestly, I'm not mad at it because hey, like it's not even like the people's fault. I'm just more upset with the people like subscribing. Like that's down bad, but like you gotta be
Ever since
down bad.
OnlyFans came out, people's been down bad, man. All men been down bad. Like what? How much did Bad Baby make? Like a mil off of like one
Bro,
day?
and she just turned 18. That was
What?
so weird because it's like people were literally waiting for her to be
It
legal,
was over there
and
plotting.
it was like her first day, and I'm curious to see the demographics on that. Like, how many of y'all were over 30? Because
Going
that's weird.
outside. Going outside.
Nah, that's weird. But I mean, with that whole, I feel like it was definitely bad for business. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's a business. So I feel like they realized that they don't want to say it, but I know that they realized that. I know that they saw that. Okay, if we take this out the market, we're not turning to Patreon because Patreon, Patreon used to be like an OnlyFans, but it shifted like effortlessly. In the early stages, OnlyFans is already known. You already got the Hoodville memes. You got everything out right now. OnlyFans is associated to so much, and that's its niche right now. So, taking it out and either way, it's not hard to replicate something like OnlyFans. So if they took that out, some other company was going to take their spot, and then they would have been going outside because
I
it's like
heard
you.
Tiger was ready to drop his own thing. He actually, I think he still is. Tiger got his own version of OnlyFans.
They finna call it Tiger Fans, like what?
Yeah, I forget the
Tigger.
exact name, but yo, it's crazy. But on the same side, I don't think OnlyFans was like made for that. No, that's why they're
You
just
don't
taking
think so?
like it just
I
turned into
mean,
that.
I'm
It's like
trying.
think about all the OnlyFans like accounts that don't do and don't offer that type of stuff. Like there was mad accounts before that. They're the first person who just like, you know what, let me do this. And now it just turned into you only know OnlyFans for the P stuff.
I don't know the
Pause.
I don't know, I don't know the history on it by any means. I don't I just know its reputation right now, and as a company, as a business, no matter which one, whether it's YouTube, marketing sneakers, like as soon as you build a reputation, that is what you are, and there's no way that you getting out of it, no matter how hard you try. Like, like think of like any athlete that has made like a major mistake. People won't be seeing them as an athlete anymore, at least not until like 10 years after. They're gonna see him as their mistake, because that's their
Mhm.
reputation. So when you're on OnlyFans, like when you're like the CEO of OnlyFans, right? You made this company, I guess, to be like some place where content creators can show their exclusive content for their fans and whatever. But when you don't put any like restrictions on it for what you can and can't show or what you can and can't do, you're basically inviting people to exploit it in that way. Because people these days, they're willing to do anything to make a quick buck. Like anybody, like right now, somebody can jump off a roof and go viral. Like, I mean,
You're not wrong. Cause like, yeah, you can do whatever and get viral. People do it for the clout. A lot of times they do it for the clout, and like people made bands off of OnlyFans. I can't not game. I mean, do what you gotta do, but at the same time, it's just like the people that subscribing to you. It's crazy. Like all the free stuff that's out there. You gonna tell me you gonna subscribe, pay 34 a month? But I mean, I don't know. Apparently, the experience is supposed to be better and more personal. That's what I heard from people. But no, it's not it, gang. It's just it's not it.
nah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not mad at it because like it's like ridiculous. We can't put any blame at all on the people that's posting the content because at the end of the day, they're using their platform. It's not on them. Like, don't put them to shame or whatever.
Yeah, like
It's
chase a
like,
bag.
yeah, like I'm not mad at it because everybody wants to be rich, especially now. Everybody, and if that's hey, if you can make $1 million a day doing what you got to do, then go ahead and do it. It's your choice. We in the 21st century, right? 21st century. I had to make sure we in the 21st century, 2021. Do what you got to do. But like as a human being, sometimes like when you're like paying and stuff, sometimes you gotta have like I feel like there's like some where it's like some clicks where it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
it's like,
I could be doing something better with my time. I could be out here, anything else, but I feel like that's
like
majority thing.
$35. That's like what 7 days like fast food right there. That's 7 different meals you could be having. But no, you subscribing to that? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like
Out there going outside.
I don't know. I mean, you do like if you make money, do what you want to do with your money, because it's
But
your money.
yeah, as someone that works, bro, I'm not working 8 hours just to go ahead and give someone like a day's worth of my check. Like, bro, that's insane. Like, if I'm working, well, not days worth, but like it's crazy to think like people will really go out here, slave away at work, and then go ahead and pay someone else they don't know. We'll never know. It was still just like, here, hold this $35. Let me see that content when there's all that free stuff out there in the world. It don't make sense to me.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I guess the question is, where are we at as a society now? Because I mean, honestly, it's always kind of been in that way, I guess, with men in general. Because before it was just more in real life. I think the biggest part about it now is that it's just virtual and people are literally paying
That's what makes it
other people.
worse.
Yeah,
That's what makes it worse.
like
Like at least if it was in person, you get the experience. Like you actually get to like do something more than just give money for the purpose of giving money. And just like I mean, I don't know. It baffles me. It
yeah,
couldn't be me.
I don't know. I just think it comes to, like I said earlier, it comes to a point where you as a person, you think of like all the things you could be doing right now with your time. You know, there we have an epidemic going on right now where it's just a bunch of lazy people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's kind of skews. You have some people really advocating for change and advocating for, like all of these important things in the world, whether it's equal rights, and to poverty, like the SGC, global, all of that stuff is happening. But then you have the complete opposite side, which is like OnlyFans people that are paying, not the OnlyFans people doing. Like I said, I don't have a problem with them. The people
Only fans
paying.
over there doing numbers.
Yeah, they are doing numbers. They doing Drizzy numbers. They doing
Oh God.
LeBron 2018 numbers. Like, and hey, see, personally, I wouldn't do it, but I understand if you do it because life is hard. Life isn't that easy. So,
You
anyways,
gotta
like
do
click
what you
back.
gotta do
Yeah.
sometimes.
But like the people paying, that's the whole opposite side where it's like, okay, there's stuff that you could be doing with your time. Time, you can't take it for granted at all. Time is limited. Time is
Time is money.
priceless. Yeah. And money is time. So when you wasting time, you wasting money. So
Oh God.
you wasting time scrolling past all these pictures and stuff and feeding into this business, where it's like, what are you doing for yourself really, other than setting yourself up with like false expectations for other people? Because then it translates into real life where you see a bunch of people, lonely and single and not knowing how to talk to the opposite gender, talk to whoever they like, or associate with just people in general. And a part that can be attributed to this virtual, reality that people are living in. Because it's like, this isn't real world, like all these hourglass, like this is what you should look like. That's not the real world, so
Yeah,
I mean,
like right. The internet corrupted society a little bit. Cause now it's just like, oh, why do I need to go talk to a real woman if I can talk to someone, if I can pay and talk to someone else on OnlyFans? She'll give me everything I need. She'll give me the attention. Like, bro, it's not it. It's not. That's not it. Like we, especially with the pandemic, we've gotten real wrapped up in the electronics and how they work. Like, you need to get back out there. You gotta experience what an actual woman's touch feel like, and
hey,
not just
well,
sit in your crib, sit in your crib over here looking at different OnlyFans subscriptions you can try to get. Like,
yeah, yeah,
and it
but
goes for the girls too. It's just like you can't keep on sitting in the house like trying to compare yourself to other people that you'll never even see in real life. Like you're setting unrealistic expectations on yourself. Like you're your own person. You're supposed to look the way you look and make the best of it.
yeah. But we glorify it, like, I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, because like everyday people glorify that. Like every day, like the majority, because like the minority are the people, like the go-getters, the people that aren't just sitting complacent, that want more with what they're living, want more
The
than what
ones
they
that's
already
built
have.
different.
Or the ones that's on time, the
Yeah.
ones on D&D time and no cap.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
the people, like once you become complacent and you start, I guess, becoming a bot, like you see in Instagram comments, you see all these bots, like they copy everything. They take other people's comments. They try to bait you. Like they're not real people. They're like fake.
Yeah.
And they just fit into the norm and they're all the same. That's what you notice. So when people start becoming like bots and they start to fall out of reality and start to live in this fake world where everything is perfect, where, oh, we should hold this girl to this standard that, oh, you should be skinny, hourglass, this, down the third, or this dude, you should be muscular, 1% body fat, like 6'5" when the
All
average
these
height is 5'7".
all these
Yeah.
unrealistic expectations.
It's like you gotta wake up because right now you're dreaming big though.
Yeah.
Like for guys,
Like this
for
ain't build a bear workouts. You can't just make whatever you want. You can't.
I mean, but
You can try to find it, but you can't just make that thing. That can't be. Oh yeah, give me a woman that look like this. She walked through my door like, oh yeah,
Like this
like,
ain't GTA,
yeah, like,
baby. What you thought this was? 2K?
right.
Like
Oh, you
build
can't
your
customize characters.
hey. Hey, low key
Nah.
on 2K, we be building our dream man, but we don't want to talk about it. But back to the subject.
Okay.
But back to the subject. Like, I feel like with the whole shift, I mean, that's kind of how it's high key always been in just the world. I feel like it was less superficial back then, but it was still parts that were superficial. You know, there were less standards of how you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to look, but there were more standards on how you're supposed to act, you know,
Mhm.
and I guess who's the leader, what I can and can't do. Like if you look back what 1800s, 1900s, it was a patriarch, you know. It still is a patriarch pretty much, but it was like a heavy, like it was OD, you know, men
Yeah,
being
the
on
gene
the
change is
line.
made now.
Yeah. So
So
like
yeah,
so I don't like the argument that times were, you know, better than before. Cause in that realm, like in the relationship, no, okay, so times are better than before, but I mean like that we've made a complete 180 because in that realm it's just shifted. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like times are simpler back then. You didn't have to worry about so much. You didn't have to worry
yeah,
about a whole your current image in real life and then your image
yeah,
on the internet. Like,
yeah,
because like I mean, I could be the coolest person in person, but if I can't portray that on the internet, you're gonna look at me like, who is this guy?
yeah.
Like,
Like this random guy with a
like,
low cut, a
like
beard, like
people might not like me just off my look on the internet, but you meet me in
Kevin.
person, you just like if I come up to talk to you, you might be, oh, he's what's up? Yeah,
Hey,
you seem cool. Like
1800s existed. People did not like us because how we look. I
I'm
mean,
not talking about the
I know,
1800s. I'm talking
but
about just before the internet
hey,
started.
I'm just saying that did exist. That did happen. So, but yeah, I do get what you mean. It wasn't like mass comparison, but it was like obviously mentally taxing on a more closer to home scale. That was also global. Cause like I said, patriarch, you know, men pretty much get away with whatever they wanted to, you know, in that household. But it was like, okay, men were the provider, you know, women were, you know, the nurturers at that time. But it went deeper than that because you know the man was also the head of the household, you know, and would whatever that he would say would go, which, you know, I don't necessarily agree with. You know, I feel like it should be equal say in it. um but now we're getting to that direction where it's kind of like, you know, shifted to, like I said, a more virtual realm where the man is like the head of this virtual reality, you know, the provider of your content. You're the nurturer for the whatever this man's passion, you know, online through OnlyFans or through social media, Instagram, whatever, you
Mhm.
know. So, and same thing with the expectations, like, you know, men then were expecting like you to be submissive, you know, you to be patient, to be quiet, to listen, whatever, conform. Nowadays, man is expecting you to look a certain way. To my bad if you hear that, but I don't know if you hear that, but
What the hell was
that
that?
is my dog.
Sound like a demon coming under your chair.
Wow. A D&D podcast featuring my dog, where but yeah, now it's the expectations have shifted more to, okay, so now you need to be skinny, you need to uh you know, look a certain way, you need to also have this certain personality, you know. So we still have those same values and same, I guess, ideologies that we had back then. You know, it's just an illusion that it's over when it's not. You know, it's just shifted, and it's creating a lot of, I feel like a lot of men and a lot of women that are, like I said earlier, a lot more superficial. Everything is a lot more fake. It's harder to find more real people.
It's
And
like
you
you
know,
got two identities nowadays. It's just like, I mean, in person, you can find, if I find a girl, it's like, oh yeah, she's not that bad looking. She can be my girl. But at the same time, it's like if I go on Instagram and I see like Saweetie post, and they're just like, oh, I really want Saweetie, but I'm not getting Saweetie right now.
Let me get that Saweetie, man.
Yeah, like so it's like you always can portray it. That's what part of the internet is. You can portray yourself in two different ways now. It's like, okay, so I can be the most quiet person in person, but I can be all loud and boisterous, make it seem like I lived a lifestyle out here that everybody want to live on the internet. They just like, no, with those two different type of projections out to the world, just like it's harder to find who people really are nowadays. You're just like, oh, do I take you as your internet personality or your real life personality? And hopefully they're supposed to be the same. But if they're not, then that's like you more fake as a person overall.
It's rarely ever the same because in real life, I feel like we're more comfortable with not being accepted by everybody. Whereas on social media, it's more like, okay, I have this like count, the amount of likes I get, okay, that's how many people accept me. The amount of followers I have, that's how many people accept me. So people put on a facade on social media. They'll post all these, oh, if you're not 6 feet plus, don't talk to me. If you're not, but then in real life, just not be on that type of timing. Same thing with if you have the standards, if you're not making 6 figures, like only 5% of people are making 6 figures, right. Like into the level. Or if you're not freaking Kim Kardashian, like, don't talk to me, that's plastic. like, I mean, so it's just a question of how do we get back to, well, it was never back because we were never here, but how do you get to the point where I can look at somebody like Martin Luther King said, where I could look at somebody and be like, you are a human, you are a person, I have a dream today. You feel me? I have a dream today. like, and just look at you and instead of judging you, as soon as I see you based on what I hear or based on what I expect, I judge you on what you show me, like, man, okay.
To get there, that's gonna take a minute. Society built. That's gonna take a while because you automatically used to judging people on how they look. Their appearance is the first thing you look at. Everybody got to admit it.
Yeah.
It's just like, I see you walking around wife beater and all. Just, oh man,
hey,
who is this guy?
What you trying to get into?
Like you see me put the hood up. It's like, oh, you look like you might be a problem. Like,
hey, don't mess with that guy. Hold on, calm down, Jamal.
Don't pull out the line. But like we're so quick to judge off of just stuff we don't even really know, and to get that's gonna take a minute for society to uningrain that in like the teachings. That's gonna have to be the parents teaching their kids that not judge someone off of just how they look.
But the parents of this generation, I mean, the kids of this generation are going to be the parents of the next generation. So how are we going to teach?
Like, hey, we gotta try to do better.
But it's hard when.
I mean, hey, it can be done.
I mean, when so many people are followers, like it's rare to see a leader. Most people in general just follow the norm. Like whether the best example is Watch Me With. And everybody was doing that dance. Everybody followed it. You follow what's hot, what's popular. So right now we're being taught, a lot of us are being taught that there are these standards that society, it needs to fit to. So by hearing that subconsciously, you're going to eventually start teaching that to other people, whether you say it or not. It's going to be the way you act or the way you do things. So like, say you're into astrology, like heavy, like OD. If I tell you I'm a Taurus and automatically you're like, ew, like you don't even know me.
Yeah, I be hating that question. It's like, oh, what's your sign? I'm a Leo. Oh, you're a Leo? You don't seem like it. Like,
they look at you like you're the devil. Like they look at you like that you killed their puppy. Like, right. I'm Drew. I'm not a Taurus.
Like people act like you got to be put into a certain box off of just how you like what you are. Like I can't help that I'm a Leo.
Hey, my parents, they wanted to do what they did when they did.
Like I just happen to be born in this time. That'll make I still became the person I am. Just like, oh, you happen to fit these qualities. It's like, okay.
Like what? Okay, whoa, you want a cookie? Like, I mean, I just think we need to it's natural, okay? It's natural to judge people immediately, right? But it's how are we judging them immediately? Like, of course, we are gonna have that initial judgment. Okay, oh, he's attractive, he's pretty, whatever. But it's like, when it goes to that point where it's like, oh, he's wearing these clothes, he looks bummy. Oh, like his shoes are, like $50. They're from the bodega, like stuff like that. Like when it comes to superficial stuff, like it's natural to be like, oh, you're attractive, whatever. That's like always a natural thing. But when you're starting to go deeper and like really start to try to define this person's life off of what you see in 1 second instead of talking to them, that's wild to me,
Yeah.
so, but I don't know if we can ever get, like you said, it might be impossible. I don't know if we'd ever get to that
It
point
would
where
take a
it's like,
lot of time, work, and effort, because that's me teaching my kids, that's you teaching your kids, that's you teaching your kids, and it's like you got to commit to it and like actually like make sure they understand it. Because I'd be like, let me all right, so boom, one easy example. Like how racism slowly becomes something that's less heard of. It took over time for people to
look,
teach it.
500 years,
Yeah,
bro.
it took a mad long time for people start teaching their kids like, okay, these people are people too, and that's crazy.
Like,
And that's just saying that other people are human too. So just imagine how it's going to be to actually get people's emotions out of judging people. It's going to take even longer, because it's just like if we were just off a difference of skin color, difference of appearance is going to be just as hard.
bro, nah, because that's crazy. Like we could judge some, like some, like your skin color, right? That's some like so hard to be like I feel like in my head, it's like this is like impossible for me to be like, okay, because you're this, I can't associate you, so
But
it's a
that's because
lot.
we was raised like that. We never had that wire. Just like, okay, you look different, so you're automatically put into this. It's just like, no, you got to show me first, because everybody's different.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point you make, because as kids we're all innocent, as kids, like if kids ran the world, it would probably be chaotic, like it'd probably be messy,
Not
but like
kids. If kids ran the
but
world,
like
it'd probably be peaceful.
yeah, I was getting there. It would probably be like messy, like in terms of like important stuff, but like in terms of like love and like all that, because kids, like if you talk to any kid, if you put a white kid with a black kid, they will not hate each other. They will be playing in the whatever garden. They'll be playing on the basketball court, falling together, laughing, whatever.
That's
But
only if the kid's not taught to inherently be racist.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, like my nieces and nephews, they all play with different colored kids, and it's just like there's never a problem, because it's just like they don't see it like that, and like we never should have seen it like that. Just because we're different doesn't mean we're actually like. Just because you have a different skin color doesn't mean we're a different like being. Like
Yeah,
that's what I
whoa.
never understood. It's like you're lesser if you're 1/3 black. It's just like, how does that make any sense in any type of
So,
way? You're just like, we're all humans. We like we got 5 fingers, 5 toes, 2 legs, 2 arms. What makes me different besides my skin color? You can't help that I'm dark. Like I was made this
change.
way. Like
I mean, but it still happens to this day, and it's like you said, it's taught. Uh, if we're teaching, and right now I was reading this book, so right now we're heading to the direction where there's a lot more old people than young people. Part of that is because there was baby boomers, 1950s, and now the birth rate is slowing and everything, so of course it's going to be more old heads. But the problem with that is, we have these old heads calling the shot. My bad, old heads, if y'all watching, I'm calling y'all old head. But we got all these old people calling the shots, and it's so outdated. So we're slowing down our progression. Right now, I feel like this is one of the generations of change. Outside of like, the generation that was the civil rights movement, this generation right now is a massive generation of like
we're hitting that point
change.
where like the people that like the people that were born during the change, they're starting to become people that are old enough to start getting into power,
Yeah.
and so they starting to lead the way and try to change it as well. So like the change is happening, and it's happening very slowly because of it, but like our generation is one of the pivotal points in where we can either choose to make everything a whole lot better or a whole lot worse, because now there's so many different things that people could hate at any time at any point in time, and it's just like if you get canceled for saying one type of thing, and then just like you can either cancel or you could cancel a whole entire movement if you have enough power, and that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing in society nowadays. So it's just like we have to try to do good as a people. and
So
like
what, to balance out that change?
to make the change better for everybody. Like there's so much judgment that doesn't need to be held by the people in power, and like just in people in general. You're just like, because like, why does it matter? Who you can like who you like respect to the LGBTQ community. You know, y'all my guys. You can like who you like. Like I never had a problem with it. It's just like I like who I like. You like who you like. What's the problem with it? But there's still people out here running around. Oh, you can't be like this. You can't be like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to no Lil Nas X. He do too
Yeah,
much. And it's like,
that's
bro,
Lil Nas X music slap by the way.
yeah.
Like the videos, I would be out of pocket, but like he's slap.
Like I was listening to Industry Baby earlier
Yeah.
over there. Yeah.
Like the what are those, the trumpets?
Yeah,
Once you hear that dun, 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 I can't, I'm not gonna watch the video, but yeah,
the
like
video kind of hard.
but I mean, like, especially if you're black, like I feel like that, like the LGBTQ population is who we can relate to the most if we're black, and the Jewish population. Cause think about it, all of us have gone through like genocide, you know, like massive, like
Oh, yeah, oppression.
massive oppression. For all of us have had to fight for change, and all of us are still fighting for change. So, like I said, especially if you're black and you see like a LGBTQ, you know, community, you know, at least me, I really do respect it because, you know, like back in like the 80s and even now, you know, there's crimes just for people liking who they like. I remember I was young, I was like 10. I went to it was a church concert, you know, because my family, you know, I went with my church.
Holy
And
man.
outside of it, this guy was holding a sign. I have it on my Instagram actually, a video of it, and he was holding a sign. It was like, no gay people, no Jews, no this. Like it was so like, and he was a Christian.
A lot of people hate the LGBT community because they're Christian, but it's just,
Yeah, but
but see the same point. It's like God made everybody, so God made people that's LGBTQ. You can't hate on them.
Love thy neighbor as thyself. Like
Exactly,
like whoever it is, like especially if you're Christian, because I mean, if you're Christian, Jesus, right? So Jesus, you know, the guy in Christianity that saved us all. Like if you're a Christian,
who died for our sins.
he was on the cross, right? Suffering, right? Was out here like going through torture for us, right? So you can sympathize with his pain, right? And all that. And like he did that because as a, you know, population, as a human race, we were very messed up. Like, we were going through some stuff, right? If you're a Christian, right? So why translate that same negativity that, you know, as Christians, I'm talking to Christian people, why translate that same negativity, you know, that Jesus fought to prevent, that fought to save people for, and translate it to another group that is just trying to live? Like at the end of the day, we're all just trying to live. We're all just trying to survive. This is an evil world we live in. So why make somebody else's life harder because of what they choose to do? They're a human too. Just because you're Islamic, Jewish, Christian, whatever, we're all humans. We're all connected. You know, at the end of the day, we're all connected. We all believe that there's a higher power. Even if you're an atheist, you believe the higher power is science. We're all connected in a way. So it's like for you to sit here and be like, okay, my opinion, my belief, what I think is what's right, what we think is right, and you are wrong to it, you're contradicting your own self. Because love thy neighbor as thyself, science, we all came from one cell, Judaism, Genesis, like, you know, you can go through every religion and see a connecting point where it's like the main idea is love and peace. Nothing preaches war and hate or intolerance. Like nothing preaches that. Like you're not the judge and executioner. I think that's what they say.
Right.
Like,
What happened to only God can judge? Like that disappeared. But it's so crazy because hate is so much easier to spread than love. It's like that's how you said they can sympathize with Jesus's pain. They can sympathize with Jesus' pain, but not sympathize with spreading love. And that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
like they'll rather hate on someone for being happy than be happy that they're happy. And that's insane.
right.
Like it's insane.
Like if he's happy with this guy and he's a male and he's happy with, let him be happy. If he likes pink, let him, like, you know, people be like, oh, if you like pink, that's feminine, whatever. Bro, pink is cool.
Like, how does that affect your life in any type of way that you need to hate on it?
Mind your business.
Like if he's wearing an all pink jumpsuit, okay. He might look fly in it, sure. He can look. You might think he look fly. Like, let him be happy. Let him be great. You be great. Let him be great. We go about our days all happy. But no, it's not that simple. It's never that simple. Misery like company.
Yeah, and Lil Nas X, I mean, is that perfect example. Because I was talking to one of my friends, and he was like, that video was crazy. You know, I don't know why he did that, but I'm like, if you think about it, straight, you know, rappers, they do the same exact thing, but just with females. Like,
that's no cap.
I mean,
I can't argue that.
Like, so are you saying that as a straight man, you know, we're only entitled to that? Because at the end, you know, if you want to put it out like that, it's a double standard, you know. So it really makes you think, and you know, at the end of the day, like, it's okay to not be comfortable at first, but you have to understand that you have to accept it. You know, it's okay to be like I bet you, like, a lot of white people were uncomfortable with, you know, black people getting these equal rights. But I bet you those same white people learned to accept it and actually had, you know, developed, you know, certain relationships with these people that they once thought were inferior and may have still thought were inferior, but, you know, realized that, oh, this guy's actually pretty cool. This guy's actually dope, you know, like we all connected.
Like, man, some of the coolest people I met have been white. Some of the coolest people I met have been Asian. Some of the coolest people I met have been black. It don't matter. You know, judge off of the person, not because of the differences we have. It makes it better that we're different, because that's different perspectives. You get to learn a thing or two just talking to somebody new.
Yeah.
So it's just like to judge just like a set of people off of just their color of skin, or just like who they like. That's holding yourself back, if anything, because that's the different experiences in life, because they most likely experience things that you never will experience in your whole entire life.
That's true.
Just simply because they live their life the way they live their life. So it just like I would never close myself off. It's just like, if I don't like you as a person, that's because of what you did, not because of who you are. Like your actions speak louder than your actual like character.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, actually, yeah, your character do speak too. I'm not saying that it don't, but it's just like, you got to show me why.
Your character is your actions.
Yeah. But my character, I meant like what you symbolize when you just walk around in the public.
Yeah, like what you represent in society, pretty much, right?
Yeah, like how you represent yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Because like I said, it's too, like, what's worse than just judging people off of a nigel? I said a nigel. Hey, a nigel. Hey, we D&D podcast. We make new words up on it. You feel me? A nigel, no cap. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't racial.
Dictionary dropping soon.
We put in D&D dictionary. Hey, Oxford, sign me. No cap.
I got you. We gonna get one of them on in the works.
Gonna get Merriam-Webster. Hey, my boy Mr. Webster in the cut. But yeah, judging what's worse than judging people off of initial, you know, sight is prejudgment. So judging you off of what I hear about you. I hate that the most. Like even like when some of my friends or family will be like, oh, I heard that. Oh, that Becky on the corner is a weirdo. Like, where you hear that from?
People lie all the time, right? You can't believe that, first of all, because people lie all the time. Second of all, just because that person is one way with that person that's telling you, don't mean they're gonna be the same way with you. And that it's just like you keep on going though.
Because everybody has these, we all have these opinions, but it's a problem when it's like toxic. Like when it's toxic and it's like, oh, I see how you walk. Oh, this man walks like he's arrogant. Like, bro, I'm just trying to go somewhere. Leave me alone. I just want to go from here to here. Or like, and then you start spreading that and just, I don't know. That really takes me off. Something about it.
Rumors just spread so easily nowadays. Social media, bro. Social media. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
And back
Man.
then, the town would know your whole life.
Right.
Hey,
Before it
she's a
was word
witch.
of before it was word of mouth. They just say, oh, you might be able to prove someone wrong because what they said. But now it's just like, yeah, millions of people might hear one thing about you, and you can't even say nothing. How you gonna talk to all the millions of people? Now you over here giving out sad apologies. I'm sorry for what I've
And it's
what
a fake,
like,
fake tears. You get the water out. Sorry. Like you could type, you could send an Instagram post right now and be like, yeah, Andrew is 5'7". He lied to you all. And everybody who hasn't seen me in real life will be like, oh, you're 5'7", you're 5, you're short. And I'll be like, bro, I'm 6'2". Like
he's not 5'7".
Y'all make me sick to my stomach. Like, calm down. Like, gee. But it's social media, that makes it so like it's amazing. Like when you really think about it, it's amazing that we're that connected on a global scale. Like it's a blessing and a curse because as quickly as I can like make the new invention for that might end world hungry. Yeah, world hungry, y'all. Hey, D&D dictionary. But as quickly as I can make this new invention that can end world hunger and spread it around to all these different places, in that same time, I can send out a message that's like, oh, all kids in this place are anorexics, are suffering, like, and that might not be the case. They could be flourishing, but everybody will believe it because we don't do research. We hear what people say, and that's our research. We don't go down and get multiple sources and be like,
people don't ask questions.
Oh, really? He said that? That's what he said for sure. We don't be like, are you sure? How do you know? Oh, where? Let me look it up myself and see. No, like I said, we followers, not leaders. We follow. Oh, that's what you said. Nah, he tweaking. Oh, nah, he tweaking.
He's tweaking. He's tweaking. Hey, throw back to Lil Nas X. Shout out Lil Nas X.
Yeah, for real though. Nah, I really do respect him though. But them videos, I'm still gonna be playing the official audio version.
Yeah, hey, I might not watch the video all the time, but I respect it. You trying to change. You trying to make change. People go always hate change.
Those trumpets slap. When I heard it initially, that's slap. But okay, on a side note, that man, he'll drop like every other month and it'll go just number one. I don't know how
he's doing Drake numbers right now.
It's great. He's number one.
He has a whole lot of movements, but he has a whole lot of movements behind it. The fact that his sound's different, the fact that he got a whole the LGBTQ community supporting him, and the fact that he's black. Yeah. It's like, bro, people are gonna mess with him regardless.
He can't lose.
Yeah, like
no, he can't lose.
As long as the music sounds decent, he gonna get played.
But the thing is, his music is like a lot more than just decent. It's like on time.
Different.
like when I heard Old Town Road, like, yeah,
Old Town Road,
that made me like, I didn't had a stigma on country music. I was like, take me to the horse and shoot you with my shot. Like I thought that's how it was. But when I heard Old Town Road, I was out here. I got the horses in the back.
Man, Old Town Road dropped. I was playing that thing every single day on repeat.
That was
I got the horses
in the back. And then after that, he drops the EP where it has
Panini.
Yeah, Panini. Don't you? And it didn't sound like anybody else. Right now we have all the similar rappers. So we have Playboy Cardi, Lil Uzi, and Cochise. They can fit in that same thing. You have Lil Baby Gunna. What?
I think they put Thug in there.
Like right.
Man, they got Kendrick, J. Cole, just like you got people that they all
Kendrick and J. Cole are
hey, cuz, don't do that to me.
Kendrick and J. Cole are different.
I was throwing out names that do similar things. We're not going that deep.
We're not going that deep. But like Lil Nas, same thing with X. X was different.
Juice, Pop Smoke was different.
They had those.
He said he was 50 Cent, but like he was still different. He sounded.
He had some, but he didn't because his music. The way he made music was a lot.
His voice sounded like 50 Cent. That's the only reason they compared it to him.
But like when I think of like, it's crazy because Lil Nas X, like when I think of Lil Nas X, I can't hear any influence. X, I couldn't hear any influence. Juice, I couldn't hear any influence. Who else? Pop Smoke, no influence. It
Rod Wave you
was,
could throw in there. It's just like these
yeah,
people that
it
you
was,
don't sound similar. That 21 Savage, another one. Just like you're not gonna get
yeah.
another
21
21
just coming
Savage.
like it's a knife. Like, whoa, calm
Like
down.
he had 2016, 2017 a storm. Remember X the Future was playing everywhere.
Oh, and yeah, Young Boy. As much as people hate on him,
Young boy got it on the sound
yeah,
too.
Young Boy got it, and he has a cult. My God, he
Man.
has him and Cardi. Cardi kind of low key is like a mesh of Uzi and himself, but Cardi has a cult, But like what?
Every big rapper got their cult. There's the Cardi fans might be the worst. Cardi fans
Yeah,
die hard Cardi
bro.
fans.
I can't. Like, I was in a Discord. I was like, Cardi trash. I got attacked. Like, Cardi trash.
He almost got
What are you
canceled.
listening?
He almost
Bro, I
got
almost
canceled.
got kicked out of the Discord. Like, yeah, whoa, calm down. I just said Cardi's trash. Jeez, I thought we were staying facts here. Like, what? Like, it's supposed to,
He's
you
already
know.
saying
Yeah, my bad. Cardi's the greatest of all time. Oh, calm down, Jamal.
oh.
Bro. Hey, don't pull out the Twitter finger. Like,
Like, yeah, bro. Man,
uh,
it's been bad. It's been bad. Cancel culture, man. Cancel culture ain't it. You
yeah.
say one thing people don't like. It's
You know who needs to be canceled though?
who?
And Brittney Renner.
Brittney
Gotta
Renner
be
need to go.
canceled.
She gotta go. Free
That was,
PJ, man.
that was
Free PJ
grooming.
tells backwards.
That was that, bro. He's never being free for 18 years. I'm telling you that.
Bro, that's
And he
yeah.
can't even see his kid. That's the sad part.
Right. She
Like,
keeping the kid and she getting all the bread. At work, I saw a video earlier. She's not even sad about it. She said, "I'm not
nah, she's
sorry."
out.
She said, "I'm not sorry." Like,
Bro.
yo,
And
you just willingly finessed a man who thought she was like he tried to give you
yeah.
a good life. He just wanted a wife, and you over
Yeah.
here not. I want them bands.
Oh yeah, see bands. Like, no.
Bands.
But like, and the crazy part is, I remember when I was like young, I would follow Brittney Renner. I don't follow all them people now because they bots,
Right.
they bots. But when I was like 12, I remember following her, and one day she posted like, the quickest way to get money is to sleep with an athlete. And that resurfaced after PJ Washington, because he was groomed. People don't know this. Brittney Renner was, when PJ Washington was a
She was putting in
college
work.
person, when he was 18 years old in college, putting in,
plotting.
he was about to be a round one lottery pick. Brittney Renner was already there by his side, 27 years old, mind you. The year before, PJ Washington was not legal. This PJ Washington is not even legal to drink yet. I'm not legal to drink yet. I'm 17. Like, and Brittney Renner was already there. So now PJ Washington, we obviously know he's a good dude. Like, he has his child with this person. He could have easily, like, I'm not gonna take care of him. He could have pulled a Dennis Rodman, could have pulled a
He was trying to be
doctor.
a faithful man.
Yeah. And he's like, I can't even see my son. Like, that, like, he could have had anybody else take care of it. He wants to be there for this son that you trapped him with. And it's like, how can you look at yourself in the mirror every day and be like, I have a kid.
Right.
A kid, and it was all just an investment for me.
Like how is a kid a business transaction? That's a lot. Like, yo, like,
But that's the problem.
It's
Yeah, go ahead.
but see, so many people out here, a whole bunch of girls would be like, "Hey, get that bag, sis." Yes, like no,
Word, yes, queen.
like, bro, like nah, like bro, that's wrong. Because if I'm a man and I have a kid with somebody, she try to keep the kid away from me, and I want to be my kid. Where is my kid?
And as a kid that's been through that, like, and my dad got custody of me, but normally in the court system, the mother will get custody, because like, this goes back to when we're talking about the patriarch and the ideas. Women are seen as the nurturers still, even in the court system.
Mhm.
So the mothers, even if they're not fit, they'll most likely get the custody at first. So as a father, you have to fight for it. So, there's a lot more Brittney Renners out there than just Brittney Renner. So there's people all the time, they have kids And now either the father leaves or that father stuck with child support for 18 years. So
I mean, either way, they stuck with
yeah,
that child support, just about
yeah.
them paying
But it's not, like
it.
they just ducking it.
They see that check coming out. I don't know.
Corner store, corner store
Yeah,
milk.
I don't know.
I'm getting a little tight. Milk. Y'all need milk? Oh.
Maybe we do need a little bit more milk.
Hey, I'll be back in 2055. I'll be back. Hey,
Hey, traffic was crazy getting back.
my bad, yo. It took me. I got lost. I was in Virginia,
Bro, I remember I saw a video, yo. It was like, oh, Zion dad after seeing yo first overall, he come back. I got the milk, son.
Like, bro.
But yeah, even having a single mom, it's just like, just if
Yeah.
I knew that my mom willingly took me away from my dad, like that's gonna be pain that I can never recover from, because that's like 18 years
Where
that
I could have been. Yeah.
well, I would have knew my dad. It's just like, bro, like that's just messed up. And it's just like, especially PJ Washington, he's a good dude. Like like Mans is really just, we wanted this kid. Like it's not like he got anything messed up on. He got a good NBA career ahead of him.
Yeah.
Like he can, like he's not just some everyday dude.
Yeah, he gonna be in the league for a while for sure.
Yeah, like he would have this child set up good for life. And it's just like, just for you to have that ego to be like, you know what, I'm gonna just take my kid and dip and just get that child support. It's insane.
And the craziest part about it is, I know from the bottom of my heart, if they, naturally broke up or whatever, he would have still supported her. I bet you he would have still supported them, just because that's the mother, But
that's his baby mom. It's just like, you gotta respect your baby moms, no matter what. Everybody respect their baby moms if they there and their kids like. But like, just for her to go over there and just snatch the kid, and they're just like, hey, you see him on social media, just like, why can't I see my kid, man?
Yeah,
and it's like, even
that's sad, bro.
Even with the child support, he be posting, like when you get to see his kid, he be posting them all happy because he just like, it's his kid. You don't care, like the money it can come or go, but the kid is what really matters in the situation. And she only worried about the money. He worried about the kid. Because it's just like, he wanted this kid to have a good family. Now at this point, the way she got set up, they're not really gonna ever be a family.
Yeah, they're probably enemies right now. Like, and that the main loser of that whole situation is the kid. Right. Like that kid, like, say if PJ Washington was not who he was, if he didn't have that type of, those type of resources, that kid would have been he would have been set up to fail.
For the everyday person, the kid is in
done.
trouble.
Yeah, because I have so many, like, growing up in Camden, y'all probably, the viewers don't know where Camden is.
Camden, New Jersey, man. Look on the map. Like
Google it's Maps. Like number 5 most dangerous place in New Jersey.
Do your research. Do your research.
Growing up there, I have like so many classmates that have kids now, like, and they're my age. Yeah, and they had kids when they were 16. I'm like, bro, we supposed to be having sweet 16s. I'm seeing baby showers. What's going on?
Right.
So, and they don't have the resources. So now you're a kid raising a kid, and PJ Washington is essentially a kid still raising a kid. And now this baby, even though, it'll be set up, has the financial resources to have a great life, will never have the experience of feeling loved in a united household.
Like family just gonna be a foreign concept though, and it's just like, that's not how any kid's supposed to grow up. And it's like, you have to have money to be able to support them in some type of way. No matter what, you gonna make sure it's son all right. But it's just like, okay, he might be all right financially, but he's not gonna be all right mentally. There's gonna be stuff that he's gonna be missing from only having one side. Because I can tell you now, if she's the type of person that really only want the money in the situation, she can't be a good mother. There's no possible way she could be, because you're not even thinking about the kid first, and that's what you need to do first as a parent.
And there's no way that, as a mother, you just out here posted up this, that, and the third, and everybody seeing you everywhere. Like, where's your kid at? Like, who's taking care of your kid? Like, who's taking
she don't
care
care
of
about that kid. That kid just happened to be existing. Like, she wanted that bag, and it's crazy, because it's just like, I'm pretty sure he would have gave her the money if they was if they was in a relationship for the kid. He would have been able to, all right, you need 18K. Boom, take that. You can have it. That's not much. But now it's like, okay, now I gotta pay you monthly. So now I'm automatically not liking you for what you just pulled on me. And it's like, now you trying to keep my kid from me. So that's even more reason not to like you. So now it's like you just outlawing your soul. And it's like, you can't, if you think she's right in the situation, you're entitled to your opinion, but I don't understand how you can.
There's people like that though.
Yeah, it's just like
there's people
people
like
that
that.
just gonna ride with her just because she a female. But it's just like that's not right.
It's
Because if I'm,
not.
but there's no possible way a man's doing that same thing.
Like you gotta be cold. Like you gotta be so cold hearted to do that.
like
Like
I don't understand how so like so hated upon. Like even if I was to have a kid and I was to leave the kid alone, just like I don't want nothing to do with him, you can have him. I'm gonna get hated on by everybody that know. But she can do that same thing, actually keep the kid and get money from it, and there's
right.
gonna be people that's gonna be over there supporting it. Just like if I just mentally couldn't have a kid right now and it happened by accident and I didn't want it, and she was like, no, I'm gonna keep it. Just like
Yeah. I mean,
it's her like you it was your
yeah,
choice.
it
It's
is
like,
her.
I can't
Yeah.
do it yet. And I'll tell you this in advance. What else is gonna I mean, I might come around eventually, but mentally, if I'm not there, I'm not gonna be a good thing to the kid. So I'll take myself out of it. But if in her case, she ain't let him know nothing. There's no way she could have let him know nothing because he wouldn't have went through with it.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
at that
like, go ahead.
because at that point, it was only after the kid was born and stuff that she was like, oh yeah, I'm gone. Did they get married or something?
No, they didn't get married. They didn't get married.
All right, well, yeah. So after the kid was born, she was like, "Yeah, I'm done. That's it."
Yeah. I feel
And,
like, oh, keep going. Yeah, my bad. I keep cutting you off.
I mean, you good? No, go.
I mean, I do feel like if you end up, having a baby, you understand the risk, especially if you're not like protected. You understand the risk that you're taking before you get in. It's like going
Strap
on a
up.
roller coaster. It's like going on a roller coaster, and say if you see a roller coaster like malfunction, that's a risk of a roller coaster. So you understand the risks of whatever you're getting in. So I believe that regardless of the situation, you need to be ready to you need to be ready to mess up.
Yeah, like
Like if you mess up, I don't believe in like, oh, we could just rescind this, we can just or I'm gonna force you to rescind it, force, like at the end of the day, you're the one, she's the one that's gonna be carrying it for 9 months. I do think that that is her choice, but as a man, I don't think it's your choice whether to leave or go, because as a man, you know what decision you're making. It's not that hard to just wait until you're mentally ready to even partake in any of those type of activities, those scandalous, it's like not any type of those
the
activities.
promiscuous activity, but it's just
Exactly.
like that's yeah, it's a risk you should know you're taking, and but a lot of men aren't able to be like, okay, I did what I did, I gotta own up to having this kid. It's just like, nah, I got what I want. I wanted them yams, I want what's fat back there, and I'm out. And just like it's the same thing with Brittney. It's not right. You can't jeopardize a kid. You jeopardize the whole human's life just off of how you feel. And it's just like, when does the kid ever come first? It rarely do. There's so many single moms out here just because of emotions. Instead of if they were just to think about the kid and work with it, they can make some. Co-parenting is this thing and exists. Look at Drake; he's co-parenting with
Yeah.
Sophie Brossard, whatever. I'm
I
pretty
don't know.
sure. I'm pretty sure. Whatchamacallit, I forget his kid's name right now, is over there having a great life because you get to see his mom and his dad. They might not be the most cordial. They might not have a loving relationship, but they know how to be cordial around each other and for the sake of the kid.
Yeah.
And that's what matters most.
But like, yeah, I think that big problem is like, you know, we don't have, like, a lot of the parents are still like boys. Like I don't think 18 is the right age to determine an adult. I don't think there should be an age to determine an adult. I think an adult is determined by, one, how they react to certain situations, two, what they think about certain things, and three, how they just are on an everyday basis, how they carry themselves.
Yeah, how mature you are for real.
Yeah.
Like your maturity level, you can be considered a man at 18, but you don't necessarily become a man until you make yourself a man. You can't be out here saying, "Oh, I'm a man doing boy things." Like you're 36 out here, out here having kids. Over not seeing like, when was the last time you saw your kid, my man? Like you, like, we know you got kids out here. You're not being a real man. You out here just being a grown boy. It's like you just a
Yeah.
grown kid. It's like
Yeah.
you gotta own up to being a man is being able to own up to what you do and like
and staying there and
right.
and dealing with your mistakes and
Your mistakes, your flaws, what you created, you got to deal with.
yeah,
It's walking away. That's for kids. Kids are able to have no responsibilities. As a man, as a woman, you always gonna have responsibilities.
yeah, like whatever. Like think about it. Like if I'm drawing, right, I make a mistake. I'm not about to just let me throw away this paper. Let me just restart. No, I'm finna erase it and fix it.
Right.
Okay, that wasn't a proper thing. I'm not always, you don't always have to erase, but like, you know what I mean? You're gonna fix your mistake by, and I'm not calling like accidental baby's mistake, even though it was an accident.
I got you with the analogy. All right, so let's say we on a road trip. I'm not gonna we 3 hours deep. It's like, oh, I missed one turn. It's like, all right, no, I'm going back home. No, you gotta keep on going. Like you gotta make it work. You guys, you still have somewhere to go.
That was better. That was W Dev in the chat. W Dev. That was better.
Like you gotta make it work. It's like, oh, I missed that, right? All right, boom. I gotta go down to the light, make a left, make another left, make another left. Boom, go right across. We're good.
Yeah. Better analogy. So yeah, what he said, so as a man, like you said, you're not just gonna go back. You gotta, see it through, because
got to see it through, my boy.
Got to see it through. You saw it through before. You better see it through these 18 years too.
Right.
Because that, there's a reason. Like I said earlier, I brought up religion and Christianity. There's a whole reason why they be like, wait till marriage, because it's deeper than just commandments and respecting God. It's more, it's a lot going into that baby as well, because you're not even supposed to get divorced.
Person. Yeah, you're a whole nother individual. Like, and like that's a different level of commitment, because sure, you can commit to another person lovingly, but to commit to actually like teach and nurture and like provide for another person, that's a big commitment. And not a lot of people are ready for that, but they don't think about that. They just think about, oh, I want to go WWE Raw tonight and then
play the SmackDown.
Right, like just go Raw and go about my business. Like, nah, if you can't think you can provide for a kid, you should be strapping up every single day. Stay strapped. Not that type of way though.
Wow.
Keep a rubber on at all times, man. If you're not ready to have a kid, don't do it.
Yeah, or be like me and just be celibate.
Hey, shout out to my celibate kings,
Exactly. Yeah, celibate kings out in the world. But yeah, at the end of the day, our decisions, our lives are defined by our decisions. And that decision right there can define the rest of your 18 years. So really sit down with yourself. PJ's in the wrong too. It's not just Brittney. Brittney Renner literally posted a whole guidebook. Like,
yeah,
it was like it was like say I have a physics test and my teacher is posting all of the answers online, and I still fail. All the answers are there. They all on the website, and I still get a 0. She posted that 4 or 5 years before she met PJ, and he still fell into the trap. See, so it's also on him.
He didn't do his research. He ain't asked no questions.
But
he ain't listen, because like, hey, she was setting that trap for a minute, coming to his college games. Like,
that's man, so weird.
Because I remember seeing that video for the first time. It's like, oh yeah, you know how the easiest way to get money? You just gotta smash an athlete. I just smashed like 1, 2, 3. I mean, I can't even count on all my fingers how many I just smashed. It was just like, bro, like she put herself out there, and he walked into it willingly. He thought he could change it. He thought he could change her. And some you can't save everyone. She don't want to be saved. Don't save.
Well, what men can follow from PJ is that he stuck with it.
Like he saw it through. He was trying to see it through. Hey, committed to it.
Hey, I'm not meaning that way. I mean, he stuck with it, like with the responsibilities, because he stuck with his decisions, what he did. And he's being that father, he wants to see his kid. He's not just sitting here being complacent with not seeing his kid. Because anybody could be complacent and be like, oh, it was accidental. I don't have to see you, like this is your son, not my. But
a lot of people would have gave up as soon as you tried to snatch that kid. But now he's still fighting. You over there, no, I want to see my kid.
This man in round 12 against Floyd Mayweather, like
right, you going toe to toe. Like, it's a
Hey,
pay-per-view. We get a free pay-per-view right here. Like, this is, man, people love seeing this drama too, and it's crazy.
free paper. Oh, brother.
Yeah, it costs free 99, man. But
Free 99.
it kind of, all you need is an Instagram subscription. You get enough. Him, DJ Academics, and Brittney Page, you get enough. But it's just like he's still fighting, and that's really respectable. Because a lot of men would have gave up. It's like, oh man, you could have easily took that L. It's like, all right, however much I need to pay for child support, that's not how much I need to pay. On to the next thing. But it's like, no, he know that's a whole person right there. He was
That's what
raised.
Dr. Dre did.
He was raised better. Dr. Dre, yeah, he like 50. So it's like it's different. When you get up in age, when you get up in age, it's different. He's still young. That's the people. That's the type of people we need leading the next generation.
Yeah.
Because it's just like either way, he's still trying to provide for his kid, no matter what. It don't matter if you see him or not. He want to see him, but either way, he's trying to be there for his kid, and you can only respect the man for that.
Yeah, I got nothing against him. You know, I wish him all the best. I hope that
Man,
that
free
court,
PJ, man.
free PJ in the chat. I hope that the court gives PJ custody. You know,
There's a whole lot of free evidence on the internet that she should not fit.
Yeah, I hope that he knows that he can fight for custody, because that's the stigma that you can't. Yes, you can. You can fight for custody. You know, I just
hopefully his family and friends is over there teaching him the ways how to do it right.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to his mother though, or his parents in general. I don't know if he has that in his life, but shout out to whoever raised him, because
they raised him right.
He's sticking through. Of course, he made that mistake, but he's young. Like I said,
hey,
he's young.
Yeah, if I know, hey, people believe in love, man. If I haven't loving young is dangerous, but hey, he saw it.
Especially
he wanted.
When it's a 27-year-old woman who.
Yeah, it's kind of a setup. It's a mean setup, but it's a setup. Setup. That was immaculate cap.
Hey, 10 out of 10 cap. but terrible result. Like, come on, y'all.
I mean, you got a kid now.
Yeah. Like, that's a whole life. You just create a whole life, and that's your responsibility. Yeah.
And I hope you don't look at it and think it wasn't worth it, bro. Just don't even.
Yeah, because that kid, there's nothing more. I'm talking like I have a kid. I don't have a kid, but like I know that there's nothing, like when my sisters were born. I know there's nothing more beautiful than like seeing new life that's connected to you. So at the end of the day, yes, you lost in terms that you just got played out your mind. You got to play like it was 2K.
She hit you like the meanest crossover to AI.
Bro, and then she stepped over you
right
and won the final. Yeah, but it's also a win because now you have this son, that's going to take after you, of course. That's going to, that looks exactly like you. That's going to most likely want to play basketball and follow after you, and eventually that son's going to learn everything that's happened. And,
he can teach his son to be better than him.
Yeah,
and that's to be the main goal of parenting. Always teach your kids to be better than how you are.
Yeah, most parents don't even do that anymore, but
that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, that we say that for next.
Yeah,
but yeah, I just I know that, like, then this goes out for all the singles. Like, if you ever become a single father, anybody, or a single parent or whatever, just know that it's not a curse. It's more of a blessing, because now you still have the opportunity to raise somebody and have them be better than the person who left and you combined, so, and it's all life, it comes with it, both downsides.
Yeah, look at the positives more than the negatives. It's so easy to be negative nowadays.
Indeed.
Start thinking about things positively, your life will start changing.
Indeed. Wow. Devin X in the building.
Yeah, preaching out here to folks sometimes.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, hey, do you want to cover anything else, or you ready to wrap this one?
It's about time to wrap this one up, man. So then next time I might spit some more facts. And
podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, stay tuned. We got guests coming. Everything we're gonna be going crazy.
Grind about to be crazy. They're grind about to be vicious, man.
Okay, we finna make like 20 videos off of this one podcast. It's been 1 hour. It's been 1 hour and 10 minutes of talking. Imagine a 2-hour podcast.
Yeah, they're not ready for the 2-hour podcast. You're to start really preaching to people.
They're not ready for that one. Dang. All right, y'all. You know, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell, do what y'all gotta do. Yeah, join that D&D nation. You know what I mean? Turn your phones on D&D. No
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah.
Hey.